Which one's the any key? Alright. Let's try a new game of this, shall we? No Man's Land. Tutorial is crucial to getting players familiar with the game mechanics, ensuring a rewarding gameplay experience and understanding of the game's objectives. Sure, let's tutorialize. A group of exiles having to leave the desiccated oasis that had cradled them up until now must rebuild in spite of their meager resources. However, climate challenges them at every turn, and the desert overflows with strange and dangerous mysteries. So, victory, 1,000 points, 2,000 points. Okay, so just achieving the goal gets us the bronze medal. If we can accumulate additional points, we get silver or gold. Right. Build a research center as soon as possible to unlock new possibilities. It's gonna be typical town buildery type things. Build food resources to increase pop. Make sure you got enough houses for population, then go down the science tree, right? An end to the wandering. For 2 generations, our community lived in the heart of an oasis, protected from hazards of the outside world. But this oasis, like all things, dried out and died. We were forced to leave our home. But all is not lost. Among the stretches of sand, we reached the shores of new lakes. Their waters, no matter how foul, promise to be life-saving, if we can only treat them. Okay, so we are going to have to purify some water as well. Citizens require clean water. In order to obtain it, you must build a pontoon, so your citizens can draw toxic water from the lake using specialized containers. Toxic water must be treated and purified in a retention basin to become clean water. Okay. All resources required must be stored. Water tower, clean water. In a cellar, food and clean water. And a small warehouse, all resources. Okay then, right. Do we have a pause button? No pause button. Okay, right. Right. We need to set up infrastructure for extracting. Build a pontoon. Right. Move camera. Right, we've got those tutorials. Right, that's our build queue. Pontoon. Guess. Let's... I mean, we're over there. I think there's probably a good spot, right? Just the one of. And then we need a water tower as well. Probably relatively close. I'm going to say maybe there. And retention basins. Stick them in the middle. Just one of? Yeah. Okay. This point. Yes, there is a speed. So, paused, play. Right. And we can do F2 is speed up. Max speed of 4. Okay, right. Get our little fellas rushing around. Right. Okay, construction complete. Let's pause. Let's wind down by 1. Yeah. Okay, so no, we don't have a half speed. So we have 1 speed. Okay, right. Let's click this. I presume I need to put a person in here. Yeah. What's our population? Technologies... 10 pop. Okay. They're just on build at the moment, aren't they? Go on then, we'll assign a couple more people. So 2 people for this, 2 people for that, and then a water carrier, I guess? Oh, so days tick over fairly quickly. Almost there. Almost there. So we can speed up a bit. Ding, 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 ding. There we go, right. There we go. Got one of our dudes there. Vital water. We now have water treatment infrastructure and the foundations for a healthy, sustainable irrigation system. However, the seasons come and go, and severe and unpredictable. We risk disasters if we harvest only what is sufficient for immediate consumption. To keep our buildings running smoothly, we need to store enough clean water to prepare for a drought. Obtain clean water. Crucial. Water rarity forces you to balance the expanding population, growing demand with means of supply. Some climatic events, such as a dry season, can end up being fatal if ill-prepared. Luckily, the upcoming climatic conditions can be consulted on your interface displaying weather. A cycle is a unit of time made up of 40 days. Okay, so I guess it's this thing down here in the bottom corner. It looks like next few cycles are just going to be, you know, reasonably pleasant weather. So we need 2 retention basins, assign 2 citizens to retention basin, and obtain 20 clean water. Okay, right. Let's pause. Can I set all this up whilst paused? Let's another one going. Do we need multiple water towers? How much water does a water tower hold? 20 units of. How much do these produce? 1 makes 20. So I guess we want to have... let's have an excess supply. And should we have... Like, where is our supplies? These are taking... green stalks and brown. I'm guessing plant and wood. Can we see remedies, finished products? Where's our resource stuff? Here we go. Bark and tree trunks. 105 of those, 45 of those. That is also a thing. Required stone, is that? These are... Okay. I'm going to say we might need to chop down some trees or something, but we might not be able to do that yet. Actions. During withdraw resource, complete analysis. What other resources can we gather? Analyze a plant in a location where the humidity requirement is satisfied at 67 degrees, 67%. Minerals, temperature, organic matter. So I guess we're going to have to make sure that the environment is all applicable to whatever it wants. Stinky. Okay, yeah, I don't think we can do much yet. Homeless citizens. Right. Can we build houses yet? Mobility? No, it's not going to let us do houses yet, even though we have all this pop and nowhere to house them. Not even a tent! Okay then, right, fine. Let's max out speed. Let's get them building away, shall we? So this is paused. That is not collecting. There you go. There we go. Collect. Thank you. Yes. You're in there, but you're not active because there's no water coming across. Construction complete. Water towers and all of that. Let's put a person in there. Right. We have people. Let's put a third person in there, shall we? Actually, 4 in there, 2 in there, 6 altogether, and we've got 4 people left over. Yeah? Right. That's processing. We should get some decent water out of it, hopefully. what other things look like resources? It's our starting storage. Cooling ointment, moisture pods, technologies, purifying cures, poultices. Boreal rock. Okay, that was the other thing we were using as a resource. I think that boreal rock was used on the retention things, wasn't it? Right. So we're going to need some tents or something. That's some sprouts. How do we start harvesting? That is absolutely going to be a thing we're going to have to do at some point. Step complete. The oasis inhabitants have slept for too long under open skies, separated from the ravages of the climate only by a stretch of canvas. We need to house them in permanent buildings. To do this, we'll need materials and warehouse to store them. Piles of rock literally suit our needs, can be found all over the area. Okay, right. Construct buildings, you need resources, which is that bit. You can collect several ways. One simple method is withdrawing resources on the map to collect immediate ingredients. Withdraw resources. That gives us our boreal rock. Okay. Rock from rock clusters. Okay, where's our appropriate rock clusters? Okay, these things. Okay. Right. Build a small warehouse. Right, I'm going to build our small warehouse. Can I rotate it? R? Is there a rotate button? I guess not. I'm going to put it up against there then, maybe. I guess we've extracted, but we got nowhere to put it yet, so sure, let's keep extracting, shall we? Warehouse almost done. Obtained 30 boreal rock. Right. Roof over their head. When refreshing themselves, citizens consume water and clean water. These resources are drawn from nearby cellar, so we need a cellar as well. As well as setting up houses within the right range, the citizens will, are able to eat and drink, must have clean water and food in the cellar. Okay. Transport and priorities. Okay, right. Let's pause the action a bit. Right. So we have got new stuff now. Trails, rudimentary tent, stone house. That's for capacity 4 people. Capacity 4 people. 3x3, 3x3. Same resources? No difference between those two stone houses. Or that one. Okay, so all the stone houses are the same, it seems. I guess it's just visual differences? It's exactly the same resources. Let's have a look. I guess I can't get the cinder sprouts yet. I'm wondering what the other plant stuff is. No, we're not allowed. We're only allowed the rock. Okay then, right. We've got 10 pop, don't we? These are... What were these good for? They were 4 people. So we need 3 houses, basically. And within appropriate range of our small warehouse, which... Do we have housing? So we need a cellar as well. Oh, they did say... Didn't it say the warehouse act like a... better version of the cellar? we had water storage, then the cellar, and then the warehouse for everything else. I say we just put it next door, don't we? Alright, so there's that, and then we want our housing within range. There's got to be a rotate button, right? I presume. Q, E, no, R, no. I would have thought there'd be... I guess they are just sprites, so maybe not. I kind of want... I mean, the shade of the tree here, so... we want our 3 houses. Sure, we'll have one of each type. It doesn't look like there's much difference between them. It's tab? Tab rotates? Let's have a look. Nope, tab does not rotate. Tab just highlights how many people are currently operating in a building. Yes. Yes, 4 people in there, 1 in each of those. Okay, yeah. Anyway. Let's let our little dudes get to work. Hide that. How is our starting storage? Lots of cooling ointment. No simple meals. Okay, so the next lesson is how to make food then, right? I do see bushes here. So yes, we're absolutely going to be gathering berries next. Ooh, this, we need people for transporting. I'm going to maybe take some away so they can do transporting. Right. Stick clean water in there, so what isn't in the towers? I kind of feel like we might need some more water towers, possibly. Should we build a couple more water towers? What are the resources for the water towers again? 5 and 5. And we have 60 and 24. We might be getting close to... that's absolutely going to give us bark, isn't it? But we can't do it yet. I'm going to hold off. I think we need more water storage, but until we can actually get the resources we need... should refrain, shouldn't we? No clean water nearby? What do you think's in the towers here? There's 20 clean water in here. Plus, let's stick it like 60. And catch somebody to ferry, I guess. Life-saving curiosity. The supplies we carried with us are dwindling by the day. But picking the region's strange and thorny fruits is a risky business, and eating them even riskier. Before collecting anything, we have to rule out any danger in exploiting these plants. Our scientific knowledge is limited, but the old distiller at the Oasis had sufficient equipment to carry out basic chemical experiments. By providing him with a mobile workshop, we can begin our botanical studies. Right. We need to do experimentation. Carry out environmental analysis thanks to field lab. First analyze surface analysis even. Informs you of withdraw resources and harvest actions. Harvest actions require harvest building in order. Okay, right. What am I building next then? Right, pop. Infirmary. I'm going to pause. Storage. Refining. Extraction. Picker's cabin. Field lab. That's what we need. Okay, right. What does this require? This requires us. Okay, well. Let's put it kind of in the middle of all of this lot over here then, shall we? But the berry bushes are absolutely going to be our first port of call because, you know, food. You know what? I'm going to line it up with one of these sets of houses. I'm going to line it up with those. Smack dab in the middle there. Go on then. And a picker's cabin as well. Do we set that near the food? I guess, yeah. Because, I mean, it'll be near the food cellar and things like that. So what was it under? Resource extract. Let's put it. I don't know if there's good range on stuff. So you know what? There's berry bushes up there as well. Let's do. Hello, Trillian. How are we? Let's do there. Analyze a moisture pod bearing plant. Obtain 20 moisture pods. Cabbage shrubs. Ruins. Gotta find out what a moisture pod is. Do we know what moisture pods look like? Riverbank fingers, which are essentially these plants. I'm going to think it's the berry bushes are probably going to be our thing we go after, right? Sitting in an extremely quiet office, so needed some distraction. Fair enough. I will attempt to be distracting. We are presently trying to survive in the desert. Right. Let's pause there. Let's see what this requires. We're going to need at least 7 citizens are available. Wait, our pop has gone up. Okay, right. Well, let's get 2 people analysing stuff. No, fuck it. Let's have 3 people analysing stuff. Right. Complete analysis to get information. Analysed intel. How did we do the analysing thing again? Current. Add analysis. Surface analysis. Unlock new... There we go. Right. Let's do that. Do your surface analysis. And then I guess we specialise on something. Okay. Yes. We analysing. Cabin. Picker's cabin has been done. I guess we'll get... couple of people in here picking stuff? I mean, can we do that yet? Or we've got to wait for this to get done? Oh, no. No, we need to highlight a thing. Okay, right. Let's do the cabbage stuff, I guess. Then Q. Stop analysis. No. Analyze that. Okay. I've got multiple people there. Can I get them to analyze multiple things? No, that is going in the queue. Good. I guess next thing would be the trees. And then next thing after that, the smelly fingers. No, no worms yet. We've got a water point. Actually, can we analyze that? Will it let me do that as a thing? No. Okay. Sunshade tree. Sunshade tree. Okay. It's Suntree! Hey, Suntree. Hey, Kiki. Anything else? Cinder Sprout. Okay, I guess that's something different. Let's... You do surface analysis on the Cinder Sprouts as well. Right. All the analysis is queued up. How many people do we have? We've got some more people. Let's do that. That's waiting for available citizens. Okay. Why is this paused? Right. Analyzing going on. Receiving analysis report. Right. Cabbage shrub. Flexible fibers and vegetables. Carry shrub vegetable. Okay. Well, I guess veggies are good. Withdraw resources. Picking. Pruning. Okay, right, well. I guess we can do some picking then, right? Also, we have a report. Okay, the berry bushes were the thing we were going for, yes. Okay. Right, let's harvest these damn bushes. How are we doing that? That gives us our bark and tree trunks. Right. I thought it was just simply click the thing, right? And we have a cabin. Ah, there we go. Fruit picking on the berry bushes. And we should have as many people going at it as possible, right? Oh, we don't want to pause. There you go. Right. Unpause action. There you go. Blue patches are grass and the green stuff is water. Yes. This is the grass. That's the water. The water we are having to extract, refine, and then turn into clean water. It is putrid and fetid water. Right, so we got 11 at work, 3 on other tasks. Yeah, those are water treatment plants. Right. That gives us seeds from those. And pruning effectively kills it. Okay. We might want to chop that down because that might get in the way else. So, not the worst idea in the world to, you know, prune these. Because they might get in the way. But at the moment, we've only got X number of pickers. And we've got 3 guys just doing nothing. So is there anything we can, like, load people up on doing? I'm going to have 60, 60, 60 on those. So we are going to want to... We probably actually want another picking thing, don't we? This one's on food, essentially. That's our food picker. We're going to want... try and get some wood and shit, aren't we? So let's have a... have one here. Once that's built, we'll employ 2 people there to prune that tree, and we can get some wood. I guess we speed up as well. Also, we do need another house. You're right about that. Yeah, we should do another house. Let's do one of those there. Right. Let's grab 2 people in there, and our job is going to do trimming. Was it trimming on this? Yes. Trimming trees. I guess the pickers don't trim. Okay, I guess that's another resource gathering thing. Okay, right. Well, I guess you are on... Cancel that. Let's do fruit picking. Yeah, we'll get all the pods. Are you guys actually picking at the moment? It doesn't seem like you are. Numbers aren't going up particularly quickly. I'd say, like, it's fairly intuitive, but, like, there's some UI stuff that could do with improving somewhat. I'm doing okay because I have played these kind of, like, town builders before, but anybody coming in fresh, I mean, the tutorial's not too bad, but there's a little bit with, like, the selecting the picking thing. Like, most, it's like, just either highlight your dudes or just click on the bush and go do this. But having to go into the picker's hut specifically, or even just having it like the moment the hut's set up, normally a lot of town builders, the moment you've got your woodcutter's hut or your forager's hut or something like that, you assign some people to it. They will just go out to whatever the nearest bush is. Tends to be that. So, like, having to assign specific... That tends to be more like a priority thing. Like, prioritize these berries over these mushrooms. That tends to be more of a thing, but... Okay, anyway. Acquire some resources. You will need to go through a refining stage. Such as with tools, forged metals, and meals prepared in the kitchen. So, you want me to build a kitchen then now, do you? So I can prepare my berries. Right, let's have a look. Flora, go Picker's cabin, field lab. Field lab is that as well. Refining. Okay, we have our kitchen and our forge. Right. I'm gonna say let's put the kitchen. Probably needs to be near the cellar and all that kind of stuff, doesn't it? You know what? We'll put it up alongside there. We'll give it a bit of space. You know what? Let's do. Sure, let's put it there. And we might have to unassign some people. Right. And you also want the forge. You know what? The forge can probably go, like, over here. Right. Sure. I guess we let it run. Has anyone actually tried the green water? Maybe it gives you superpowers or is a source of eternal youth. Maybe. Maybe we wait until we've got the hospital before we try that, though, right? Because I think that was one of these things now, wasn't it? Population. Yes, we can do an infirmary. But we need a bunch of that stone. Yeah, we're running out of bark and trunks and things like that. So yeah, we are 100% going to have to start chopping down trees, but I guess we need the tools for that first. Right, we haven't collected any veggies yet. Okay, so I guess you guys are on berry bushes, right? Let's have these guys on veggies, which was these things over here, right? Right. Right. That. Let's grab a person. And how do we... Default method. Using flint. Well, we haven't got any flint yet. That's going to be... how do we make tools? We're going to need sticks and water. How do we get sticks? Because I'm not able to... How are we getting sticks? So that seems to be a thing we need. Yeah. Sticks. Let's pause. That's a little tree. Anything else that might provide sticks? Did this get analysed? I don't think this got analysed, did it? Analyze this? No, I think we analysed that. How do I acquire sticks? Let's see. Oh, wait. Is it the slightly dried out ones over here? Whipping gourd. Okay, that's different. We haven't analysed a whipping gourd yet. We've done the cabbage shrub. Nothing else seems particularly highlightable. So I'm going to take you off there. I don't know where we get the sticks from. Presumably we need those to start chopping down the trees. I can't tell the pickers to do that. We're at 33% efficiency. You know what? We'll give you another person, then you'll be at 66% efficiency. guess I can unassign you until I can figure out where the fuck the sticks are coming from. You're off now. No worries. Thank you for swinging by, Mel. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. Cinder kernels. I don't know where the sticks come from. Normally it would be like chopped down tree, but I don't think we can even do anything like that yet. But we have the tools for it, and to make the tools we need sticks. So we're kind of something of an impasse. Anything else with this? It really is only knowledge. Okay, let's have a look. Whipping gourd, sharp bush. No, sharp bush gives us sticks. Ah, right, there you go. Okay. Right, I guess we go with another picker. And they're getting sticks. Okay. Let's do another picking hut. Question is whether we're going to have enough resources to actually make this last hut. Right, we appear to be out of veggies. It's alright, they are picking some for us. Right, once this one's done, we'll assign a dude to it, I guess? Actually, let's unassign one person there. Making meals is a priority at the moment, but we don't have the food and things like that, so let's just trim some bushes. This stream brought to you by Manscaped. No, different type of bush. So we've got one that's doing veggies, one that's doing berries, one we'll do for sticks as well. Right. Let's get at least one dude in here. We want to do trimming of bushes for sticks. And I guess we speed this up. Do we have any spare people? We've got a couple of spare people. Got a couple of sticks as well. Oh, perfect. Right. Once tools are made, then we can probably chop down some trees. And we can probably go and grab some coffee as well. Does the trim thy bush? Yeah, it should be like stamped across the picker's hut, right? Are we still trimming bushes? going to need the extra. Sure, trim those ones as well. They do regrow, so okay, we're not completely stripping them back forever and ever more, which I kind of thought might be a thing. Like, picking the berries, they're going to regrow. Chopping it down, that's probably going to kill it. Right, the forge is up and running. So with that, I guess, well, it doesn't go any faster than 4 times speed, so we'll just have to wait for tools to be made. Do I have? I do have 1 spare person. You know what? Let's assign them to there then. Let's increase the efficiency of this building, and then we're out of twigs again. Okay. What food have we got stored? Don't have any berries at the moment. Simple meals we have a lot of, I guess. Let's make sure that there's enough space for that then. Let's unassign 1 person from veggie picking. Add 1 in. 1 person from berry picking and add 1 in. There you go. This we can do. Yeah, I'm going to go all the way out into the desert, but sure. Oh no, this wasn't berries. This was cabbages, wasn't it? I guess between them they're going to have a variety. Can I double up? I might be able to double up on ones that are already being picked. Possibly. Okay. Oh. We need people for transporting. Okay, let's take 1 person off that. We need more twigs. Aren't you on twig cutting duty? Sure, we'll get some other bits and pieces as well, I guess. Right. Who's assigned to what? 1 person on that. 1 on each of these, right? Do we actually have enough water? Prepared foods, water, 385. You know what? Let's pause this. Let's take 1 person off. And I guess we need fetchers and carriers, don't we? We've got 90 prepared food. Let's pause this for now and take you off. So we've got 3 floating people. That should be able to fetch and carry. Not enough inventory space. So yeah, fetchers and carriers should be able to start shifting stuff back to here, right? One would presume. Civil engineering. Have enough to ensure our survival, at least for now, but survival alone doesn't keep citizens motivated. Many are already thinking, what next? Toil and work every day to collect my ration and my drop of water. We keep citizens motivated, enable the community to truly live again. It's high time we begin thinking of this camp as a genuine city. We need to plan and build communal living spaces designed for conviviality and recreation. Okay, right. What are we making? If states persist, illness refers to weakening. Right, okay, they want the hospital. And we have to have districts. Okay. Right. Well, let's pause the action. What have we got now? Decorations. Cultural square. Right. Can I put the cultural square in the middle here? So we can do some paths. So I can't do path through the tree yet. Anyway, until I chop down said tree. Something like that. I did say that was going to have to get chopped down, didn't I? You're our pruners. Go do some pruning. Complete one social district. What other decoration can we put in here? 1 by 1 on the street lights. 2 by 2 on the table. 1 by 1 on a bench. 1 by 1 on that. Decoration 1 by 1. I do have this space here. 1 by 1s is not a terrible idea. And that. And then we have a little bit of a path. There you go. Hello, Fizz. How are we? Right. Let's see. Also, we've had a pop boost as well. Okay. Let's do a little thing around here. Another house back there then, maybe. Where are housing? Housing. Okay, so we've done 2 of those presently. Let's do another one of these. Oh no, I can't because there's a bush there which we can't take down. Yet. Tired and officially still working, but meh. Oh, okay. Let's... Fine, I guess we'll put you here then. Also, yeah, we do need to be within this, don't we? Okay, yeah. Right, that once that's built, that should deal with our housing crisis. I say housing crisis. This still feels very chill. Still making tools. I don't know what the tools are getting used towards. Food. We can make a canteen. Intended, but not only to house daily meals, but also host cultural events. Okay. Right. If we can start taking down these trees, it means that gives me a bit more space to build around here. But we haven't figured out how we demolish shit yet. Got some sun awnings. Did want us to maybe do an infirmary because of, you know, people weakening and dying. They're weak, I tell you. Weak. Right, also we still need one other house. Fine, let's put one of these behind the kitchen. Sure, we'll put one behind the kitchen here. Right. Well, cultural square, social district. What was the social district thing? I think it all had to be connected around this, didn't it? Historic district. Hall of wisdom. Oh no, we can have... Ah, the different houses... Oh no, the house is just cycling through. Okay, we can have a social district. We just need a canteen. Right, okay. Build canteen. Apparently that's... No nearby storage dispenses food? I guess it's outside the range of that? It was right on the edge. Can I destroy stuff? Let's see. Empty slot. How can I bulldoze a thing? Not an option. Destroy. There you go. Okay, right. Let's put you there then, I guess. That should be within range of that then. And can I put the canteen up there then? Will it let me do that? We might need a seating area near it though. I think I'm officially out of resources though to do that kind of stuff. And apparently we need some workers as well. I guess once they're finished building the house there, be fine. Let's speed things up. When can I start knocking down trees and giant stone rocks to get the resources I need to continue building things? Maximize the amount of socializing leisure points obtained by districts rises by 30. There you go. Housing satisfaction. Housing satisfaction. Well, all the houses are within the range of that, so that should be good, right? A scent garden. Assign 5 citizens to scent garden. Achieve well-being score. Well... I'm going to say this just follows the same loop as most. And I think we've kind of seen what it is. I really like the aesthetic of it. It's relatively straightforward to understand. But I've played town builders like this before. I will say the only downside is it does feel as if there's some, like I said, I think it's just some UI stuff. Like setting up the Pickett's cabin, I feel like it should just be area of effect. It's going to go for bushes in that immediate area and just automatically do it. I think most town builders tend to do that. Like, if the resource gathering flag or hut or whatever it is in an area, it will automatically do it. Also, the fact that I know we're doing the tutorial bit. If we just jumped straight into the scenario, we probably would have been fine. There probably would have been, like, here's the the woodcutter's hut to take down trees and, mining to take down rocks and things like that and get the resources we need to build. But still, it does feel like it's going out of its way to do, like, really the morale stuff first, as opposed to the pure buildy type stuff, which most building games do. And like I said, yeah, just having to assign, like, very specifically, this one's trimming and it's picking from this bush, and this bush, rather than just it covers an area. I prefer that. Like, there's already a lot of micromanagement in these kind of games, so, like, to remove, like, that as well would be handy. But anyway, yeah, we'll call it there for this. I'm going to go and put the kettle on, grab a coffee, and then when we come back, we'll be dealing out the cards and trying out... Well, I say trying out. We did try it out, the demo, and this is why I brought the game, because I'm really impressed with the demo. Jumping into Balatro, which is the new hotness in roguelikes, as we apply poker mechanics to the roguelike, or roguelike mechanics to a game of poker. Regardless, you'll see if you didn't watch me play it last week. Yeah. So I guess back to me. There you go. Confirm. Like I said, I also do really like the aesthetic of it. It does remind me of like some French comic book or something like that. I don't know what it is. Just this visual style. But I think it's just a little bit on the slow side. I mean, it might be good for a brand new player. But I think because I've played town builders before, it just feels like, oh, just allow me to jump in. Like, but we were doing the tutorial. I guess if we did a scenario, presuming that was in this demo, it might just be the tutorial. Then it would start throwing the disasters at you, and you have to make sure you've got the water before, like, the next dry season or whatever. But yeah, that was